Hey, this is Ralph back again with the Life Abundance channel, and in this video I'm going to comment on committing to long-term success. Question comes up periodically in home business is that why do so many people fail? Failure rate in new business is pretty bad, and failure rate in home business and network marketing businesses, things like that, are also pretty bad. I think I've heard estimates ranging from 85% of people fail in their home business to other people say it's more like 93% failure rate or 95% failure rate. And why is that? And one thing that I feel is a huge factor, and that is people giving up. They expect that running their own business is going to be fun, it's going to be profitable, and they just oversimplify it, really. They think that they watch videos on YouTube that promise them, you can be making six figures in 90 days, and they think, oh my God, this is so easy, I can do this. And a lot of people who are trying to sell their home business ideas or their network marketing programs and plans, they oversimplify things, and they lead you to believe that this is just so simple, anybody can do it. And what they fail to mention is that, this is hard work. Running your own business takes commitment. It takes follow-through. It requires you to do the research, because when you're running your own business, it all depends on you. You've got to be able to know what you're getting into, and then be able to decide for yourself what is going to be the best business move. What should I focus on today? What should I focus on this week? What are my quarterly plans? What yearly plans do I have? And a lot of people, when they get into home business programs or any kind of home business activity, they just don't have that kind of vision, that kind of foresight. They're not able to plan ahead. They don't really know what they're getting into in the first place. And they just don't know. And then to top it off, if you don't have the commitment, if you don't have the follow through, if you just don't have that entrepreneurial attitude of, hey, just try and stop me, I'm going to succeed no matter what, if you don't have that kind of attitude, you're just not going to make it. And so that's why when I present home business videos anymore, I like to just lay it on the line, let people know, okay, this is what you're getting into. It's a simple idea, yes, but it's not easy. You've got to be able to show up and be committed. Nothing in life is guaranteed success. Even working a job for somebody else, working as an employee, there's no guarantee that you'll be successful in that either. What was it, 2007, 2007, I think, about 10, 11 years ago, I used to work for Walmart, the biggest retailer in the world. I believe they still are. And I worked for them for 3 years, and I thought, my God, this is a good company. It took me a while to get my foot in the door because, when I applied, they weren't hiring. It was an economic downturn. They said it would be 1 year before they started hiring again. So I put in my application. I followed up on that application. I called in and let them know, hey, I'm interested. And I finally got called in for an interview, and they hired me. And it took me about a year to get that job, so I had to work at that. But what I also found out is that when I first went through the orientation program for new employees, which they were doing at that time to help decrease their turnover rate, I found out that that store that I was working at had a turnover rate of 55%. Now think about that, a 55% turnover rate. That means that the people who were working there, going in there for a job, just doing what they're told, putting in, let's say, minimal effort for minimal pay, uh, a lot of people just decided, hey, it's too much work for me to even show up. I'm not even going to go into work today. I'm quitting. And a 55% turnover rate. I mean, they said at that time, yes, this is high. We know it's high, and we're doing something to correct it. And I stuck that job out for 3 years. And at the end of 3 years, I decided, okay, this isn't for me. I had the long-term commitment, but I was wanting to go faster. And Walmart had told me, okay, we're going to put you on the slow track. And when I quit after 3 years, they still had that turnover rate was about 50 to 55%. And so even if you just go out and get a job, there's no guarantee that you will succeed at just being an employee. Life is risky, and there are no guarantees. So when you think about your own home business, you really have to think about putting in the effort. I mean, if people won't even put in the effort to hold down a job with the biggest retailer in the world, uh, how much more effort are you going to have to put in to maintain your own home business and make it successful and be able to look at the odds and say, hey, I'm going to beat those odds, or like Han Solo used to said once in that Star Wars movie, don't you ever tell me the odds. I'm going to beat those odds. I don't care. But what does it take, in short, to succeed in network marketing or in any kind of a home business? And there are two people that I like to listen to. One guy is Darren Kidd. I tune into his YouTube channel weekly and catch up on his training, catch up on his ideas. And when it comes to success in network marketing, he says that you have to cut yourself a lot of time. First of all, it's going to take you about 90 days to figure out what you've gotten yourself into just to begin with. I mean, no matter what company you start out with, what kind of program you start out with, it's going to take you about 90 days to figure out, okay, what is this program all about to begin with? And so, yeah, your first 90 days, just focus on figuring out the program and, work it to the best of your ability, but give yourself 90 days just to figure out what you got yourself into. Then it's going to take you about 1 year just to learn the basics. Because a lot of people, when they get into network marketing or any kind of home business program, they get into it with the attitude of being an employee. They think all I have to do is just show up to work every day. Somebody's going to tell me what to do, and then I do that. And then when that's done, I go take a break, then go to my boss, find out, what else I need to do, and then do that, and yada, yada, yada. Network marketing and home business, you've got to be the boss. You've got to be able to figure these things out for yourself, and it takes you about 1 year to learn the basics. I've found that true with my two companies that I'm into, and they're good companies, but and I was hoping that I would be radically successful within 90 days. And I found out it took me a little longer to kind of get my footing. But yeah, 1 year to learn the basics, and then after that, it's going to take you about 2 years to get good at the basics. So according to Darren Kidd's philosophy, if you can't commit about 2 years to your home business and work to make it successful, you probably better go looking for something else, because home business is probably not something you're cut out for. And, probably you're the kind of person that would be better off just getting a job at Walmart or some other corporation. So, yeah, this isn't for everybody, but for the people that do want to try it, who are willing to make the commitment to succeed, give it at least 2 years. Now, another guy that I listen to, Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he takes it a little bit more extreme. He recommends giving it a 5-year plan. Give it about 5 years. Learn about it, work it, be committed, show up to work every day, make your mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and then keep on trying. And so, yeah, where Darren Kidd says, give it about 2 years, 1 year to learn the basics, and then another year to get good at the basics. Robert Kiyosaki is even a little bit more radical, saying get a 5-year plan and stick with that 5-year plan. So what this means, to kind of summarize, is that if you're thinking about starting your own home business, and there are a lot of options out there. There are options that range from just starting your own business for free, using free materials that are available on the internet, working with other companies, working for yourself, taking chances, taking risks, and of course everything in home business is a risk. You can start for free. There are other programs that you can start incredibly cheap. And then there are other programs that are going to require you to make, like, a $50 a month commitment or a $100 a month commitment or more, plus, pay for upgrades and further training and whatnot. So there's a wide range of programs out there, all the way from incredibly cheap to pretty darned expensive. First of all, find something that you like. Find something that you're interested in, and find something that is going to fit your budget. Don't commit to a program that's going to cost you $2,000 or $3,000 your first month with no guarantee of success, because there is no guarantee of success in any of these programs, quite honestly. But don't go spending money you don't have, expecting that you're going to be making a lot of money within your first 30 to 90 days, because odds are you probably will not. So you've got to pace yourself. You've got to be able to take into account what you can invest in yourself, how much money you can invest in your home business, and then work with that number. If you can commit to, $50 a month, there are programs out there that you can work that cost about that. There are other programs, one-time investment of $7, $10, $25. And of course, if you want to get really creative and start your own home business for free, you can do that too. But you have to be willing, no matter what path you decide to take, you have to be willing to follow through. Do the work every day. Show up. Plan your work and work your plan, and just stick with it. And have that entrepreneurial attitude of the turtle here. Just try and stop me. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to get good at this. With planning, you can succeed with your home business. But if you're not Han Solo, if you don't mind people telling you the odds are stacked against you. 85 to 95% of people that get started in their home businesses fail. And the number one reason I believe that they fail is that they quit. They don't know what they're getting into. They fail to plan how much it's going to cost them, and they just spend their whole wad in their first 30 to 90 days, and then after that they haven't learned enough to really get themselves off the ground and into profit, and they just give up. So be careful. There are a lot of good programs out there. I'm involved in 2. I'm going to be talking about those. Tuesday, I'm going to be doing my first Tuesday training on Power Lead System. And then this Wednesday, be doing my first Wednesday training on the Wealthy Affiliate Program, and just be giving a basic introduction to both of those programs. And get your information. Be armed with information. Don't get excited and decide, I want to buy into this program right from the get-go because some guy gives you a fancy presentation. Take it slow. Think of the turtle again. Think of that turtle. He's slow, but he's consistent. And if you're slow getting in, you do your research, and then you're willing to investigate and then do the work necessary to succeed, all that stuff is going to start working in your favor. But just commit to the long term. Nothing that I offer here, absolutely nothing that I offer on this channel, is a get-rich-quick scheme. There are people that work programs that show remarkable progress within 90 days. Other people, like Darren Kidd says, may take 1 year just to get their feet on the ground, and then another year to get good at working the basics. So just be willing to put the time in and develop that long-term commitment to success. If you don't have that, you're not going to make it in home business. You're not going to be making it in any business, even as an employee. So that's my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, leave me your questions or comments in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to them when I get the chance. So until later, this is Ralph signing out, and I will catch you tomorrow for my Tuesday Power Lead System training. Until then, take care and be excellent.